Political strategist Carter Turner with Fox News says March is the biggest month in a decade for the GOP. All they have to do is focus and take advantage of it. Carter Turner, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you say that it's really all about focus? All the opportunity in the world is in the hands of Republicans right now.
Well, yes, that's true. I would say it is more than just focus. I mean, I think there are real ideological differences right now within the Republican ranks, and separating the Trump from the establishment Republicans. So they've got the focus for sure, but they're going to have to sit down and figure out really where they can compromise and where they can save face if they make those compromises.
How one of the big compromises that seems to be going on is more of a delay than anything else, and that is it looks like, I mean, all indications seem to show that the replacement of Obamacare or the repealing, whatever is going to be done, is going to take a lot longer than originally thought.
Yeah, that's right. Trump said over the weekend he had no idea how complicated health care was, which I thought was a little odd. We've known for some time that it's pretty complicated. But that's right. I mean, he has promised that he would continue to cover pre-existing conditions and that kids would be able to stay on their parents' plans for longer. But you really can't have those things unless you mandate that people are going to get health insurance. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. So, I'm not sure how he does it. I'm not sure how he gets this figured out.
What happens tonight? What's the message? Which President Trump is going to be up there tonight? Is the one going to be winging it and generalizations, or is it all script?
I think it'll be all script. I think this is too important for him to get out there and stumble over himself. So I think it'll be scripted. I think it'll be tough talk. I think it'll be a lot of talk about rebuilding America, rebuilding the military, and making America the presence that it has been in the past in the world and should be. I think he's going to really try to get public opinion on his side so that the public will squeeze his Republican counterparts in Congress, get them to make the compromises. But I think it's going to be a tough speech. I think it'll be that sort of dystopian, the sky's falling, America's in really bad shape. We have to do it, and I'm the guy to do it. I think we'll see that.
What do you make of President George W. Bush yesterday? He kept himself from making any comments during the Obama administration, but found it important enough in his eyes, it seemed, to come out and speak somewhat critically of President Trump's philosophies. What are your thoughts?
Well, I thought that was interesting as well. I think it goes to show that the divisions in the country right now are not just between Trump and the Democrats, but that there are a lot of establishment, long-serving Republicans who have issues with the way he's carrying his business. I give George Bush credit. I mean, I think it seems to me that when you leave the White House, there's a certain amount of time where you just have to stay away.
Yeah.
I think Obama is staying away, at least according to me. He's staying away. Some people think he's involved in things, but then after a while, you start to come back and you start to speak to these issues with the wisdom that you bring as an ex-president. So maybe George Bush is entering into that phase of his career that he can be something of a governmental critic or social critic. But these are interesting times, and George and Donald Trump obviously is not like anything we've ever had as president. So really, the rules are thrown out. We're just, we're all winging it, so to speak.
Quickie, before we lose you here, you say basically President Trump's agenda is either going to be moving along swiftly or stuck in its tracks. We're really going to know by the end of March, and certainly this spring. If it does get stuck in the tracks, what happens to that divide in the Republican Party that's currently on the same side? What happens then? Do they begin to break away with the midterms in sight?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I think people will be looking very closely at what Trump's approval ratings are going to be. If they drop down really low, then I think he loses his ability to squeeze Congress. But the fact is, so many of these congressmen are in very gerrymandered districts that are very conservative. So even if Donald Trump's overall approval ratings drop from, say, 44 to the mid-30s, they're still going to be really high in a lot of these districts who will be electing these congressmen and women back. So I think Trump is going to continue to have leverage for a while. This will definitely go on past the end of March. I don't